Hotshot, I know you're busy, okay? You got a lot on your plate. But you gotta do something about Hubert. Man's too scared to go near a running engine. He don't know a wrench from a bench, and don't get me started on his nagging. I swear, if he drops another screw in the engine, oh, lug nuts! Guess what Hubert just did? I'll call you later, okay, Hotshot?
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Drilling Thunder with yours truly, Corvath. I hope you're still you. If not, we'll figure that part out later. Well, I had a idea. I know I've tried the plasma drills on regular rocks. They do function. I didn't find them all that, like, oh, wow, oh, this is great. But I got to give them another chance. I think maybe because I had them low and pointing straight that they were having too much of an issue with targeting the broken rods and not performing as well as I thought. So maybe I'm thinking about putting them up higher and angling them down a little bit. That way I'll be aiming above the rods that are on the ground, maybe hitting more of the rock, and hopefully that's going to do a better job and actually put me back to having a multi-role vehicle. I've also found out that they do other things to trees as well, so it'll add one more purpose. I might not be able to get the stuff that's flat on the ground, like, flush with the ground like my drills do on the other vehicle that are actually just hitting the ground, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If it becomes that big of a problem, then I still have the other vehicle that I can bring over and take care of those at a later date. But if I miss one rock out of the whole pile, I'm not that hurt about it. So I'm gonna make a few small changes to this little thing here, well, this big thing here. I'm gonna narrow the wheelbase in by 1. I'm gonna make a trailer hitch, because the other thing I'm having an issue with is I gotta travel quite a ways. I mean, trees are fairly close, but they're not very dense, but rocks are, I gotta travel a good ways for those. And my other vehicle over there has only got 2 collectors on it, so I'm back and forth a lot, and I'm not getting a ton of material. I don't want to put refineries on the vehicle itself. I don't know if they fixed that problem that they used to have where having a refinery on the vehicle would actually cause your vehicle not to perform as well as it should. But again, another problem that I have with doing that is that you're pretty much constantly waiting on your refinery to empty your collectors so that you can continue work. So my plan is to make me a trailer hitch back here, build me a trailer to put my 2 refineries on with chests, and to carry an extra 4 collectors so that I can drop the trailer. Hopefully I've got some high friction material to be able to drop on some pistons or something like a stabilization brake. If not, I'll just have to weld it to something. That's not that big of a deal. But then I can go and fill up my collectors, bring it back to the trailer, swap collectors, and while the refineries are emptying that set of collectors, I can be with fresh collectors out there collecting more material. The reason I'm thinking this is I found out recently, well, I've been told, I'm not 100% sure, that the outfit that I really, really, really want from the scrap collector guy with the quests, that I can actually get his outfit if I actually do the quests. And those things are material intensive, so I gotta have a lot of materials to build this stuff. So we're gonna get right onto it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is make a few small changes. Like I said, I'm gonna narrow in my wheelbase a little bit by just dropping that out. Oh, boingy boingy. All right. And then we're going to weld that back up like so. Just going to bring it in 1. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Oh boy, this is Russian roulette about which way this is going to face. How about that? just put lights on the front for now. I don't know why I picked that. Oh, yeah, dude. Get on here. Yeah, we've already got lights up there. We'll figure out what to do with them later. I might actually put them up there. But I'm thinking about putting my drills. I'm going to make some drills and I'm going to put them up here somewhere. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we're going to. I think I got a cross T pipe I can put right there. Elbow them out. Put them on a bearing there. Angle them down. That's the plan. Okay, you're not going to drop on me. Cool. Okay, weld you back in one. Weld you back in one. Boom. Makes it a little thinner so I can fit into some more places. I thought about trying to make it to where I've only got 2 collectors in here, but the collectors are even width. My vehicle is odd width, so that's not going to work. But before I forget, we're going to go ahead and run my engine, my motor back to my wheels. Get those flipped. Get the steering hook back up. And get those flipped. Alright, she's back running and operational. Now I think I need a couple of T-pipes. I was making some metal parts. Yeah, them things right there. I think I got some elbows up in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy, these things are so full. There we go. I know I've got drills in here. Did I make drills? Did I already make drills? Bummer, I already had 2 of those. Alright, no I didn't. Interactive. I'm going to need another battery container too. Can I make the other battery container with it? Yep. Cool, we can double up on batteries. And we can make a bunch of batteries. I'm gonna be eating batteries. That's the reason I need it. I need wood to feed my glow puppies. And I need metal to make batteries. Getting chemicals is not a problem. Getting the rest of this stuff I don't think is gonna be a problem either. I'm gonna need a couple of bearings. I got some bearings in here somewhere. Don't I? Tell me I got bearings in here somewhere. Pretty sure. Could have swore I just made a bunch of bearings. Well, bummer, bro. Either I'm overlooking them or I don't have them. Check something right quick. Sometimes my stuff goes back here. No. Alright. Boy, they already ate all that cardboard. So I gotta make more cardboard too. Gotta have 2 of those because I gotta angle this down. Oh, where do they hide these things? Bearings, drills, battery tank. And making sure I don't have another controller hiding in here. No. Okay, I'm gonna need a controller. Oof. Oof. I think I'm gonna steal the controller off my other vehicle over there. I should have one or two of them in here. So I've got one for the drills, and I should have another one that... No, I don't. I've only got the one for the drills. And I don't need a level 5 for this. Oh, boy. Okay, I've got to go... Yeah, I'm going to have to go and get some more metal. And we'll see when we get back for that. And we're back here at the base. We've got some stuff to deal with here. Should be able to make some metal. As I put this scrap metal in here. And I did get a couple. That don't go in there. A couple other pieces here, there, some other nice little toys. We'll separate all this out later. Blocks, metal blocks. This should get me the... Need one controller? Yeah, just angle the drills down.
Below near 30 cents.
I know they're in there somewhere. Right. There. I'm gonna have to upgrade it to a level 2, of course. Yeah, switch to turn it on with. Boy, I've got too much stuff. Alright. So we're going to pop that piece out. Throw that piece in. Now we'll need bearings on them. And the elbows. Oh, I might want to put a straight piece pipe on that. Yeah, I'm going to use these. Just because I can. Then throw the elbows on there. And if necessary, I'll point those up, put another thing on there, and that way I can point them inward. Which might not be a bad idea. Point those up, put another bearing up there, and point them in. And I've got a couple more bendy pipey pieces in here somewhere. Anyway, I just got them up. I don't need much of anything there, do I? Can just use, you know, I'm gonna use some of them. Try to use what I've got. Where'd the bearings go? There they are. Ah! Didn't want to go that far. That. And we'll use these guys here just to get me pointed forward again. And I might even put the lights on top of that. Never know. Oh, because I used my lift to get down off of the building. Duh. Means I'm gonna have to either run a length of pipe out. Yeah. Gotta run a length of pipe out. You know, I just use those again. Ain't gotta be pretty, but I gotta use what I got. You know what I'm saying? That'll give me the room I need to be able to turn them in. Alright, so controller, and I've got to get some. So we got that there. I don't have component kits on me. Good thing I decided to do this here. And I've got to go up 2 levels. So that's going to go there and there. And there. I'll flip that so it's a positive and positive. So it should be go 15 down. No, we'll need a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. And 15 in. Something like that, maybe. Maybe I need to move them out so they don't collide with the frame. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And I can even go in a little more if I need to, but that should do. Yeah, that should do. And we just double up on the battery box. Like so. And then a switch. Where to put the other switch? Up there. Oh, I've got a switch not doing anything, don't I? No. Everything's being used there at the moment. So we'll just slap another switch there. It's going to go up to these guys. These guys go to the battery box. And that should be number 4. Oh yeah, that dog a hunt. Might not need him quite that far down. He's back at the 20. See how that looks. Oh, that should do. That should do. Why is it not crossing in the middle? Do I not have them set the same? I do. But it looked like I only need to go 10. But it's still not in the middle. That's close enough for government work, though. I flipped the wrong bearings. There we go. Not the fastest thing in the West, but it should do. I just need to find the rock thing to deal so I can test this thing. I don't have enough battery power to get there, though, do I? No. So let's fill up the batteries first. And then we'll find me something to test it on. Got batteries everywhere in here. Pull. Pull. The inventory will be alright for a moment. I think there was another rock thing over here somewhere. Not, it was over there. I don't remember. But supposedly... Oh yeah. So I'm going to have to hook up a chest to this thing too. Now, I don't know where I'm going to put a chest, but I'm going to have to hook up a chest to this thing. Because that means I can get embers too. I'm just going to have to be real careful that I don't set myself on fire. Okay, no rocks over here. That's a bummer. Had to have been over there somewhere. So we'll see when we get to them. Alright, that didn't take too long, but we found something to do a test burn on. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, so now it's not getting targeted on these little small rods that are on the ground. It's actually hitting what I'm aiming for a little better. Oh boy, what now?
What's up, Dynamo? I didn't mean to pry, but I saw your personnel file when I was going over the transmission logs. First planetary job, huh? And you get sent to this? Oof, talk about rough. My first job was in an asteroid mining field. Talk
Okay.
about textbook. All I did was clean solar panels, maintain comms dishes. I remember thinking,
Sounds
I
boring.
just wish something would happen. Careful what you wish for, huh? The important thing is, you got thrown into the water, had to sink or swim. But you flew, Dynamo. You flew. So, whenever you feel sad or exhausted, just think about how far you've come. It's been a long way, but you pulled through. Good luck, Dynamo.
Okay, why is she giving me pep talks? I think the regular drills are a little easier to tell what I want to do. But this is definitely more focused, and it works fairly well when you don't have them pointing level with the ground like I did at first. So yeah, I think this might be the ticket here. Just might be the ticket. It didn't leave anything behind there. Oh, I got another one hiding in the bushes. So yeah, this trick will work. I just think that pulling a trailer behind me with the refineries and some extra collectors is going to be the ticket. Let's see, I can still hit the saw blades. Gotta have something on there to keep the trees off of my head. Still works for the trees as intended. Boy, look at the hay box just hanging out down there. Boy, I'd almost think I'd never shot a gun before. You wanna fight, bro? Silly robot. Yes, I could make a slightly more efficient saw. Slightly, not much, but it wouldn't be as compact. So I'm good with the trade-off there. Eye is full. You see here, I'd be popping over to a trailer that I got popped nearby, swapping out the collectors and going right back to work. So I think this is the way to go. I can definitely deal with the drills. I kind of like that idea. So, yeah, a little better. Now to get on building me a trailer, I got to go all the way around this crap that I got over here. That'll collect all that. So I'm going to yoink these off of here. The heavy part's going to be the refiners. So they're going to be on the hung side of the trailer, facing the body where the 4 collectors will be riding. I've got wheels, I've got suspension, got some bearings somewhere. No, I might have to make some more bearings. But that's got to get done first, because I need to turn this section here into my trailer hitch and then make a trailer that's actually going to fit on this vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring that out a little bit to make my hitch. It needs to be in line. That way I don't bang into my tires when I'm turning or backing. And I couldn't move them forward. Well, maybe I could have, maybe a block, but they're fine where they are. Yeah, everything's fine where it's at now. And, well, we're going to let this thing here clear out. I'm going to do some thinking about what to do about the trailer and see what other kind of parts of stuff that I need and all that good jazz. And when this gets done, we'll be right back building on that trailer. All right, we're back. It's done. So we're going to snatch this thing back over here. Drop it in place here. I want to make this little piece here out of something besides rocks. We're going to put a couple blocks of out of corn grenade. That's definitely not what we want. Yeah, we're going to do that. Take the middle block out. That with it. I reckon a rock would do here. On that. What's the weight on that? 2. That's 2. All right. Weight on scrap wood's 2 as well. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with scrap wood there. And I'm going to want me a little hook. Little metal hook. Get one of those guys. This is going to be my trailer hitch. Boom. Like so. And that should... Yep. I was worried about that. That the pipe piece would add that little bit more weight. You know what I'm going to do though? We're just going to balance that weight out with another one over here. That way, no matter where my thing is sitting at, it's going to be ready to rock and roll. I'll just put my little caution block piece on there. You know, I might just put my another block there. Just to always have a block there. Yeah, I'll just balance it out. It's no worries. It would always be easy for me to weld my piece. That's definitely going to throw it off balance again if I did that. So. I don't think that's going to work for me. So we're just going to go back there. And if I have to, I'll just put it on a lift to weld to it. But I want that just sitting there so it'll be, you know, hey, there's your trailer hitch, ready to rock and roll. And if I need to weld to it, simple as that, hook my stuff to it. Good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and build the trailer while it's on here. And I'm thinking about using this stuff here for the frame. So I'm gonna need So I've got that. I've got that. I'll add one more to it before I put the twist to it. That way the twist is always in it. That should do me there. How many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll do. I'm gonna add one more just to be safe. How wide are those damn things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks. Ooh. So I need 6 on each side. So plus 3 because I'm going to add chests to it as well. So plus 4. So 12 plus. So 24, let's go 30. I can't go 30 because I only got 46 of these blocks left. Okay. Well then, yes, for now, I'm just going to have to make it out of scrap wood, and we'll change the frame of this here later. That'll be 16, 32. That don't look right. Oh, but it is. All right. I'm gonna make it a dual axle, but right there is going to be my first. It should be right here. Add the line, yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, the wheel is 2 from center, so I need to have a 4, maybe 5 block gap. And that's where my wheels are going to go. I know I've got them. I got more than I needed. I made some and didn't need them because I found some I wasn't paying attention to finding in that pile of garbage that I got. Okay, looks like I'm going to be having to move those up one more. No biggie, Twiggy. There we go. That dog should hunt. I could raise that up one if I need to. We'll find out eventually. Something tells me I ain't gonna have enough.
The winner 30 seconds.
Make a little bit more of this stuff here. I want the trailer to be fairly lightweight. Boom, there we go. Now, make sure I don't have any of these large chests already made up. Not seeing any. Don't mean I ain't got them. It just means I ain't seeing any. Yank this guy down. Dog should hunt. There we go. And these will sit on here as well. And when I'm trying to actually do it, well, I guess I'm gonna have to put me a little post off to the side so that I can connect them up. In fact, the idea is going to be that I'll be able to hook it up there. When they're working, something like that. So to pull from all of them. It's the idea anyway. Is it gonna work? I don't know. It should though. Should. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Yeah, that should do it. And boom. Go. Now I need 2 chests. Are you cereal? Oh. Okay. I know I need more material, but come on. Yeah, somehow I've got to rig those up. Rig one up on the machine to be able to pick stuff up as well for like Ember and stuff like that when I'm doing it, but I don't know where I'm going to put that at in here. Well, wait a minute. That'll really interfere with my my chest. Not my chest, my trailer hitch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll worry about that at a later date and time. That's future core problems. That should go there. That should go there. Now for the fun part. tell me I've got a switch. If I don't have a switch, I'm gonna be sad. Wait a minute, I've got a switch sitting right there I don't need at the moment. Yeah, we got something else we gotta do with this thing. I want this on all four corners. I thought something looked off with that. Yeah, alright, cool. Oh, I might have to raise those up some more. How much am I gonna have to raise those up? How bad is that going? Oh my goodness. How tall is that boot?
Oh, hey, McKenny. Hope you're handling everything just fine here. Lorenzo's been keeping me busy. Thunderation. If I'd known how hard all this maintenance were, I wouldn't have bothered you with everything before, no sir. There's all this screwing and unscrewing and welding and fixing. Hoo-wee. Can keep a man busy all hours of the day, yes sir. And all those tools. Still can't tell an open wrench from a monkey wrench. Told Lorenzo I could just use one for the other, and he near blew a gasket. I mean, it's all nuts to me. That man's really ridiculous, yes sir. You sure I shouldn't just go back to my farm? I could get you all some tomatoes. No, I just keep doing what I'm doing, huh? I'll get back to you then. See you around.
Now, this is the highest friction block I've got. I don't think I need to go 7. It blocks them all off the ground right now. 5 should do. It's a matter of put the switch on top of the beam so I'll be able to reach it from both sides. Connect that to all the pistons. That'll be like, boom. Hopefully that'll hold me fairly steady on slightly uneven ground. Now, of course, we got to go test this. So, yeah, let's go find us something else to do with. Of course, it's low speed, so it ought to pull very well. If I have to, I'll burn a little bit of extra battery up. Uh-oh. Poor cow. But we're going to get to this where we can find us a good chunk of rocks and forests and stuff, and we'll be right back when we get there. Well, I found something that'll be a really good test. I don't think I'm going to try it right here on the actual hill, because that's probably just never going to work. So we're going to put it right down here, where it's a little bit flatter, but still got a little hill to it. We'll get it like so. We'll hit the little switch. And we'll break the block right there. And that should hold me. Well, it's holding steady at the moment. Oh, it's sliding a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to find me some cacti. But for the main test, we're going to fill these up with the trees and the rocks here. I should have the engine set a little bit slower, but I don't. I'll cut down some trees because I need the wood. I got to feed the glow bugs to make the batteries and the fertilizers. And I need to make the embers so I can make the metals. But pretty soon I'll have chests put on this thing so I can just burn a couple of trees while I'm mining on the other side of the road, kind of a thing. And instead of having to turn scrap wood into it, each one of these little pieces are turned into an ember. So I mean, I think it's a little more efficient that way. Not 100% sure. That's just a thought. Then we get over here, blast number 4. I don't like how it explodes so violently. But I've got the ground clearance. I should be able to just drive over this. Should be able to just drive over this. Well, you take a bit more of that than I thought you would. See, if I got to drive all over for this to catch every single one of these pieces, it's not as efficient. Because my drills, the only time they really explode like that is when there's a large piece stuck under the ground and it comes up with a lot of force. Yeah, I think I'm going to want to be able to control the pivot where they're aiming, either far out or really close down. Yeah, I'm going to have to be real careful about them lasers, man. Alright, got that one done. Got 2 chests full. Burn through these. It should fill up before I actually get done with it, so I'll be able to swap and go. See, I'm hitting the rods. So swing through that and clean that up a little bit. It works. I'll get used to it. I think the big problem is that I'm just so used to my regular drills that I'm just not loving these, but it does work. It chews through them pretty good. Oh, I am full. Okay. So now we'll do this little bit here. Pull these off. And put these on. Orientation really doesn't matter all that much. I'm just being picky, I guess. We'll get that and that, and then it'll be grab these, slap them on. You die now. And then we get back to work. Minimal downtime. That's my idea of it. Oh, that even breaks boxes. Cool. So I thought I got the sound effect for that one breaking. Alright, I mean, it works. I'm gonna get used to it, I think. Clean the mess up off top of it so I quit aiming at the stuff I've already done. Yeah, I think I need to aim it at the ground a little bit more. See, like that right there, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that. Yeah, that's aiming right at it and it's doing nothing. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the ones that are kind of flush with the ground. But if that's all I miss out of this deal, I think I'll live. Like I said, I'll get sound effects making me think I broke the rock and I'll move. But it hasn't. Careful, don't get the tire caught on fire. It ain't 100% full yet, but that's all I'm gonna get because I just burned my tree down. You gonna go out? If I was at a slower speed, it wouldn't be pushing that around and bouncing the front end so bad when I'm trying to turn. So if I'm actually in a clustered forest, I'll slow it down. I got any more room? Yeah, not enough to worry about. Okie dokie. So it's still not 100% effective for you getting that much work done, but I like it. Yeah, and I just popped this on a lift. And weld the trailer back up. And head home with it. Well, let's not drive home with it like that. Now let's drive home with it. And I think that is a very successful test. And, well, now I think we can spend some time harvesting for materials and maybe find us some different builder quests, side quests kind of things to do. Maybe at some point get us some good rewards and outfits and stuff. But that's going to do it for today, folks. Hope this gives you some enjoyment. Tips you for a like and maybe even a subscribe if you're feeling inclined to do so. But until then, on the next one, folks, we'll talk at you later.